welcome back to our Softacom IT series. In the current episode, we are going to discuss if we want to implement some AI solution for our existing software, should this software be written in some specific technology, or if we want to implement AI solution, we can do that for any technology. Very short, we value your time, let's go. One addition. When we are talking about any technology, I mean that, for example, our existing software can be implemented using which language? For example, Delphi and Object Pascal, or maybe C++, and Visual Studio, even 6.1, or C# 2.1 and Visual Studio 2003, 2005, or maybe PHP, JavaScript, maybe Java SE, what else? Maybe even Fox Pro. And why this question I think is so important? Because sometimes in the brains of our partners, it's like some of the showstoppers. If you want to apply some AI solution, for example, some predictable analytics, you have to use and you have to rewrite your software only, for example, with Python. And that's why I can say no. And that's why this question is so important, because as I said, it can be like a showstoppers for the decision makers to start in their decisions to implement some AI. They think that we have to migrate in the beginning to another technology. No, we can do it right now, even here, and I'll explain to you how. Here, as I already said, we can implement AI solution for any technology and programming language, and we have two approaches. And as I already mentioned in the previous episode, these two approaches is very easy. The first approach, you're happy if you have necessary AI framework for your existing technology and programming language. But imagine that we have dozens and maybe thousands different frameworks for AI solution, for specific AI solutions. I mean, like text recognition, object classification, object determination on the images, machine learning, and neural networks, and so on. And I think that there is a high probability you won't be able to find a specific native solution for your framework for your existing software, especially if you have legacy software. That's the first approach, like that's clear for 100%. And the second approach, we can implement a bridge or connection application or class which will be between your existing software, even maybe it will be developed using Fox Pro, is intermediate solution, native framework. Of course, you will know and you should know how to use and how to write this intermediate solution. Especially usually it will be implemented using some trendy or up-to-date technology like Python or C++. It's not a trendy or modern, but C++. It's also, if your existing application is not with C++, and up-to-date version, you have to know this language, you have to know this too. But as you can see, we can do that. We can implement a solution for any software, because each approach has its own pros and cons. Native implementation, a lot of limitations. For example, if you are talking about bridge connection application or library or class or wherever you want, you should know and you should be an expert in this intermediate software programming language and to expert. Of course, you can, if you know, for example, C++, but you don't know C++. Of course, if you know, for example, or C#, but your intermediate software should be written in C++, you should do that. You can find somebody who can do that. Or even if JavaScript or Python. For example, if you want to write in Python intermediate software, you have to know Python, or maybe if you are an expert in software development, you can spend a couple of weeks, and believe me, you will be able to do that. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. In the next episode, we are going to discuss step-by-step framework or implementation or let's say roadmap how you can implement AI solution for your existing legacy software. It will be very interesting. See you on the next episode. Bye bye.